Elise, we've established that you like Katamari Damacy because you've streamed it before.
I love it.
Kyle, we've established that you've played Katamari before.
Right.
You've watched other people play it. Mm-hmm. You get it. You close your eyes, you can see Katamari Damacy.
You know what I actually played a ton of was Nobi Nobi Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how did that play?
Man, that is so weird. That's another weird one. That's about you just eating things so you can grow long, so that you can add to this like mother that's reaching out into space.
But momentum is like a theme of his games, and Wattam also plays that way. I'm 99% sure it's Wattam. It might be Wattam. I know it's Watt. Watt is in the beginning.
Wattam.
Because that one, I kept thinking, what? When I was watching it, and I was like, oh, it's a good way to remember that.
Who's he, by the way?
Keita Takahashi?
Keita Takahashi.
Keita Takahashi.
Nice.
So it's the same guy. He was at this event that I went to. There was a bunch of fun indie games for Judges Week, and he was really humble. He was just like sitting back. It was freezing at this party, and there was like this dome tent that like everyone was staying in for warmth, and people would just get lost in there for 45 minutes watching this crazy game.
Really?
This game, more than any game I've seen, probably in the last year, took me the longest time to be like, what's happening right now? Like, what exactly is going on? So
the announcement trailer was so obscure.
Yeah, so the announcement trailer, you see the mayor, who's this like Tetris block with a mustache and a hat.
And there's a bomb under his hat, right?
And there's a bomb under his hat.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
you're
what I
like,
remember.
what is it? And the bomb actually like is a gameplay thing. It's like, that was just, we gave that trailer a score.
Yeah, pretty bad score, I think.
And just because I was really confused and I didn't even more. And I actually forgave Robin from Phenonima, who's there, and was like, I actually condemned your trailer for not demonstrating the game. I don't know if I could make you a trailer for this game because I don't really know. It's tough. So that's why I've called you in here, my crack
Help us.
video game figure-outers, to see if I can effectively explain this game. I'm not sure how much B-roll we're going to get, or if anyone on anything I'm about to say actually funnels into this game. Imagine, if you will, a little garden area. There's a big tree in the middle of it. And you start out, I didn't see how the game starts out. When I came in, it was already, the play sequence was already kind of like going along. But you basically have to solve puzzles, and the more you solve puzzles, the more characters that you allow into this world.
I'm sorry, what are the puzzles?
I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
Because the character is the key to the puzzles.
Got it.
So you might have to solve a puzzle that's themed for a particular character, and then when you're done, you unlock that character to now explore this world, and you keep adding people.
Is Wattam the name of the world?
I don't know. Why does the name of the world interest you so much?
I just was wondering what, because I know Wattam, I was reading that it's like a Tamil word.
It's a couple of words. It's something in Japanese and something in English put together.
But I was curious if that's what the place was called, Wattam.
Yeah, the Wattam, the word didn't come up at all during the actual play session. And I think the guy's name is Mayor, and the objects actually have names, and I think they're like set names. So there was a beatbox table that was like Andy or something, or like Carl. So like every time we wanted Carl to solve a puzzle, it was like, go get Carl. You know, no one ever said get the like no one ever said get the DJ set up. It was like, oh, get Carl. Like we actually had names associated.
You mean
with
like
things.
turntables?
Yeah, like just one turntable.
Okay.
And his ability is the whole environment would like start flashing, and it'd be like it was like a dance party would start, and anything he got near would like party. So one of the characters we brought in was a pillow, and the pillow was sad because every time the pillow got near somebody, they would fall asleep. And I think the objective, again, I couldn't get a straight answer for anybody involved with the game. I was like, but I think the setup is to actually physically bring these characters together, but there might be things that are prohibiting that. So you either needed the coffee bean guy that you would grab and move around to walk near someone that had fallen asleep, because the pillow would just be roaming around like, hey, be my friend. And someone would like, I'll be your friend. Oh, and they'd fall asleep. So he would just mow over people, and there'd be like a wake of like, 6 guys falling asleep. And you had to bring the coffee bean by to wake them up, or the DJ. You could do either one. And then like kind of shuffle his movement with your movement of the other characters, join 6 people, and then you unlock him. And then it gives you another quest that you have to do, and you keep bringing these people in. Or you can just goof around. Like you can literally just see like, what happens if I bring these 2 characters together? What happens if this person attacks this person? And they're all just kind of floating and roaming around this world, and you move between them with an arrow. So it's not like you actually move the cursor around. You just select, I think it's like left or right or with the analog stick. So it's like, I specifically want to be this character. I select him. Now I can move him. But it was crazy. Like after he unlocked the pillow, a soccer field came up, and there were like 4 hearts that all had different names that were walking around, and like we didn't even solve that puzzle. But once anyone got on the pitch, it automatically started a soccer game, and you could also become the nets, and so you could get a goal by just having the net over the ball. Like the nets were like fighting for the ball.
Oh my god.
So when you say earlier you were talking about puzzles, it's really just getting 2 things to interact with each other is the puzzle.
If there's a food object, the mayor can eat it and then poop it, and the poop itself becomes an item. And so they ate
Like a little swirly poop?
ate one golden thing, and it produced a golden poop.
Okay.
So it's all just like personified objects, right? There are no
Right.
actual like human.
All in the same style that you saw. So like there's a tree and it's literally just like a Minecraft tree. It's just like a single, like trunk, going all the way up,
Yeah.
and then just like a big puffy like leaf
caveman
thing
drawing
here,
of
and then
tree.
yeah. And everyone has their own little song. So when you switch to a character, they add their own little beat like to the in-game music, and some songs are a little funkier than others. And when you join them together and select anyone in that joining, all of them add to the same beat. So they all add like, so when you get like 10 people going, it's like, horns and strings and vocals, and like some of the people rock out. Whenever you put the coffee bean and attach it, whatever's playing speeds up, like goes to like a twice
Cool.
the speed. But I just invite you to imagine a bunch of judges after not sleeping and partying for 4 days, playing all of these E3 games,
game.
and being completely exhausted, and it being freezing outside, and huddling in this small tent playing this game, and just like, what's happening right now? Like it's really hard to explain.
It sounds a lot more like Nobi Nobi Boy.
Than Katamari,
yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that's nice is like Katamari's great, but Katamari's always kind of stressful to me because the controls are just like not quite there. And this game, you can really take your time.
There's no
like
clock.
there was no. Anytime we were asking them like, what am I supposed to do? They were always like, I can't answer that.
It's for you to figure
because
out.
it's like you don't have to solve that puzzle. You can just make these guys goof around. And there's like it's like a block in the middle of like nowhere, but if someone falls off, they just get flipped right back on. And it's just, it seems like such a great stream game because the community the whole time can be like, get the coffee cup and the,
Yeah, how many things were on your village block when you left the demo?
like 20.
Okay.
Do you
And
remember?
all like really different.
do you remember
just
some of the
crazy
other
things.
like item object people?
There's a coffee cup, the bean, the pillow, the little hearts, the goal came up at the end. The mayor can like throw a bomb and blow stuff
yeah,
up.
what is the
there was the
bomb for?
tree, so like everyone had like climbed up the tree at one point and they were all stacking stuff on top
So
of each
this
other.
bomb is important?
Yeah, just like if you have people that are joined, he can like troll them and just like blow everybody up and they all go flying. And I'm assuming somewhere in the beginning of the game he needed to use that for a puzzle, but I missed the first like potentially hour of this game of them just like goofing around.
So is there like a multiplayer component where people can join your game?
I
and
think
be
so.
in it?
It wasn't demonstrated at the
yeah.
event, but I think they might be exploring with that.
Oh,
It was the first time anybody had played it. I mean, it was like they were all really nervous that
Yeah.
like they were actually getting like hands on with the game. But it was, I mean, it stole the show. It was definitely the one thing that's because it was kind of out of the way. So like anytime I bumped into somebody, they were like, "Yeah, this is cool." You played Wattam, right? I mean, it's like don't miss it because it's in that little tent over there.
What did people say about it when they said you played Wattam, right?
Just because it's like for the main reason why this is very possibly a very confusing Just Played, and the reason why we dragged this on like a little longer than we would for other games. It's really hard to explain what you're really supposed to do. Just like Unfinished Swan, just like Journey, like a lot of really great independent games where it's like just do it, just run in there and explore
Play.
this world and try stuff
Yeah.
and connect things and.
Well, speaking of Journey, it'd be cool if this was the kind of thing where you could come into someone else's game and then work with them
Yeah.
to solve these little puzzles. That'd be super fun.
And I think that I don't think you can save sessions. I think it's just the kind of thing where you jump in and then try to make your one session as crazy as you can. And like a lot of the great 2D animated sequences they had from the Katamari games, the cinemas were really funny. Like the introduction to the pillow was really funny.
Wait, so there's a story?
Little vignettes when they introduce characters. I don't know
That's
if they do it
interesting.
when they introduce all the characters or if it was like the pillow was given some strange significance.
Yeah.
But then like a little bed popped up, so like some characters will go over to the bed and like hang out there and like it's fun. It's a fun little world to watch. And like I said, it'd be great to like interact with the community. I'm looking forward to streaming that game one day. So Bizarre. I hope I did an okay job of explaining that.
You did.
I think it sounds adorable and fantastic. What about you?
Yeah, it sounds, to me, what is exciting is just going and playing around. That's what's fun. That's why I like Nobi Nobi Boy so much. Like you could eat two different animals and then poop out like some weird mishmash of the two of them. Just like weird things.
Like when
Emergent gameplay. I like emergent gameplay. But I do like that. And I think that it sounds like this is an engine for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like the idea that there are like diverse and multiple ways with which you could probably approach solving these little puzzles. I also like the adorable like inanimate objects being cute. I like that kind of thing.
because people made noises in Katamari when you'd pick people up, they
Yeah.
would make certain sounds, depending on the objects that you picked up, and so they do that a lot. Like the little guys are really expressive. And a fun game. Anytime we picked up like Andy or Gary or whatever the mixed table was, like, and he made like the dance party, like the room would freak out. Everybody would be like, "Yeah, get Gary! Oh, Gary!"
Really?
Yeah, because it had a name. It was fun. It's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do on a farm, where it's like don't name the chickens because then it makes it that much tougher to kill them. But because they had names, they were characters. I mean, and they're You know, they have eyeballs and some have arms and stuff. So they try to like humanize all of them.
So you said the team was nervous. How are they reacting to cheers when people were just getting so excited?
They like, yeah, you could tell it was a big deal. It's tough to tell at these events because it's like, yeah, it plays to journalists, but will a huge community? I had to ask, you know, like all Just Plays, where I just had to like, you know, search the room for like who's actually interested and curious about this game, like based on that trailer and based on the guy's pedigree. Would this be a game you think that would sell really well, or just like, is it, you know, it's fun and inventive, you know, in a demo setting to make a game like nothing people have ever played before, but because it's something people have never played before, I could also see people being like,
I'd say summer. I'd say
not
put
like,
it in the
gotta
summer.
play this game.
Yeah, I'd say don't make it a fall release. Put that in
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah.
And even when it comes out, people still won't understand what it is until they actually play it.
What do we have, 20 minutes, Ian? That's a lot of talk for Wattam. But yeah, the game is worth at least that much time, if not more. So
Cool.
look forward to more talking about Wattam. Hopefully you guys get to check it out at E3 and hopefully streaming that someday.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.